Greetings, my friends. It is Dr. Jimmy again, and it's a little hard to see me, so let me move up. Hello, here I am. And yes, this is Wednesday, the 8th of August. Yes, the 8th day of the 8th month. And that means 37 days to Horror Nights. We're getting closer all the time. Yes, it's now 1 month and 6 days. Or if you like, 5 weeks and 2 days. But at any rate, we're almost around the corner to Horror Nights. You can't see Lenny. She's way over there on top of her cabinet. Cats like to get up on tall things sometimes. And T-shirt of the day of note. I really happy about this one. It's a very lovely design. This is by the lovely Shelby Denham. And of course, she normally does these sorts of things for Halloween Horror Nights. Well, this would be something that just has not been officially announced. And yet, everybody knows about it anyway. Well, we'll get to that. Well, speaking of which, yesterday, and that's why I'm making this video, yesterday, big happy fun when we found out that indeed the website for Halloween Horror Nights for Hollywood got a huge update with all sorts of new reveals. I was quite surprised when I came across, I was out shopping and I didn't realize it had happened till I got home and I saw some tweets referring to something. Has that been announced yet? And oh, it had changed. So here is the new updated website on my iPad. This is the mobile version. But you see all this lovely new artwork for Stranger Things. They'd revealed it before, but they hadn't had it on the site yet. So after that, of course, Trick or Treat. And then after that, we've got some other stuff. But let's see if I can find here. That thing's not working. So let's see, how am I going to do this right? Oh, previous next. So it's got to the haunted mazes. Now, what it shows on the website are the 3 haunted mazes that have already been announced. It's currently showing only the 3 haunted mazes that have already been announced. So here's Stranger Things, yes, with a nice little description. And then we've got Trick or Treat, with a lovely description for Trick or Treat. And then we go to the next one, and here's the first Purge, yes. And that's all that's been announced so far. But there's more on it, because it talks about, this isn't a maze, but the Walking Dead attraction, of course, which is always there. The Walking Dead attraction is now a permanent attraction for the past couple of years, and will again be worked into the event. But that's no big surprise. But what was a big surprise? The Terror Tram was announced. And here it is, the Terror Tram, and it says Hollywood Harry's Dead Time Stories. Now, when it came up yesterday, I noticed a Dead Time Stories with an S. But in the text, as you see on the bottom here, let me enlarge it. So I was looking at this, and in the text, as you can see down there, it said Dead Time, see on the bottom right here, Stories with a Z. And so I made a point about that. Which is it? And then today I get a tweet from Universal saying, what are you talking about? It's always been spelled with a Z. We wouldn't spell it 2 ways on the website. That would be embarrassing. And so what they did was they went back and corrected it. So now it says Stories with a Z, but yesterday it said Stories with an S. So I found that funny. They heard what I said and went back right away and corrected it. Oh, bloody hell, who's this? Oh, I hate when it does that. Hello. That was nothing. It's one of those stupid bullshit calls. I hate when that happens. I have to block that number later. They always call you and try to sell you crap, and then sometimes they call you and hang up right away. I hate that. Bastards. Anyway, where was I? In the middle of this, yes. So it's a return of Hollywood Harry from 2 years ago, the evil clown that haunts the back lot of Universal. The whole back story about Eli Roth had created for it. And he's bringing them back, and this time he's back to recreate some of the crazy little stories that he used to have on his 1950s children's show before he went insane. And of course, these bedtime stories are a bit less pleasant than they would have been for the children back in the day. And it says here there are 5 stories involving chainsaw-wielding monsters, bloodthirsty cannibals, rotten corpse scarecrows, homicidal clowns, and a merciless torture factory. All sounds like fun, and it's all stuff that's going to be in the Terror Tram this year. What else is there? 4 more mazes to be announced. Yes, they're not yet officially announced. More on that in a minute. Then we've got, let's see, well that's it. So where are the scare zones? Let's see, you used to be able to hit that and get it, so that's not working. So let me see if I can find a way to get to the scare zones. I know they're in here. They were there the other day. So they had a thing up here where if you clicked on it, you see that thing up here in the corner. You hit that and it would give you attractions and such things. It says learn more, but I know that there were scare zones here yesterday and now I do not see them, and that annoys me because I went out of my way to make sure I had the lovely scare zones for you. Okay, I'm going to have to look elsewhere. I was going to show you the lovely pictures. I may just have to describe them. I don't know why the scare zones aren't coming up on the RIP tours. Here is the gallery. What happened to the bloody scare zone pictures? Ah, here we go. Mazes. Shows all the mazes. Terror Tram. Check back for updates. I think they've changed this since yesterday. It's not showing the scare zones, and I don't think I still have any pictures on here because they were deleted. Let me see if I can find somewhere some of the imagery for the scare zones, if possible. Okay, so take a moment. Have to go through all this stuff from last night, but yesterday I did post somewhere some of the artwork in imagery. If I can find it, I think it's around here somewhere. Just a little bit down. Anyway, there are 5 scare zones that were all on the website yesterday, including the what we already knew about. The first one that we already knew about was Holidays in Hell, because I think a couple months ago Murdy had given a presentation at Monster Palooza in Pasadena, California, where he had revealed Holidays in Hell at great detail. So there was a little logo for that, and then there was the scare zone that he sort of just gave away last month when he appeared with Michael Aiello at the Midsummer Scream. Here we go. Midsummer Scream, if you remember, just last month, actually a couple of weeks ago, maybe just a week, not too long ago, really, last month. It's only the 8th after all. And there he had mentioned, just passing by, that Trick or Treat would be a scare zone, and of course revealed that. And so we knew that those 2 at least, but the 3 other scare zones. Now, just a couple days ago, he mentioned a scare zone on Twitter just briefly said Hell's Harvest. He didn't actually say any descriptions of what it was. Someone said, oh, where's the chainsaws going to be this year? He said, Hell's Harvest. I said, what's Hell's Harvest? He said, exactly. What is Hell's Harvest? Well, here is the graphic that was on the thing. I found where I'd copied it, and so I found that where I posted this on my Tumblr. So I've got that here. This is the graphic for Hell's Harvest. Hell's Harvest is a pagan harvest festival and features some sort of creepy little dolls. I'm assuming more like corn dollies or some sort of ritual dolls, not Funko Pops or Barbies, although that would be fun too, but it's not going to be a Chucky sort of thing. No, it's going to be more along the lines of a like voodoo, corn dollies, that sort of thing, mysterious figures of ancient ritual, and they'll be coming after you. But some of them apparently are going to have chainsaws. So that's Hell's Harvest. Okay, and then there is Monster Masquerade. That was the first of the scare zones that we first heard about yesterday. And Monster Masquerade, you see the logo there. Monster Masquerade is going to be set in Paris, which means we know what street it's going to be on. I'm not quite sure where all of these scare zones are, and I don't, I'm not that familiar with Hollywood anyway, because I don't go to Universal Studios Hollywood. The last time I was there was 1977, and that was 9 years before they ever had a Horror Nights. But excuse me. But Monster Masquerade, as I was saying, is sort of a Universal Classic Monster themed scare zone, in that on these Paris streets we have the Phantom of the Opera, I'm not going to do it, I don't want to take my glasses off, but the guy with the mask and the Phantom, and we also have the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Quasimodo, as portrayed by Lon Chaney in two different wonderful silent Universal Classic movies from the 20s, both set in Paris, although at different centuries, but oh well. They'll have both of the characters in sort of a street celebration like the Masquerade from the Phantom and the Feast of Fools from the Hunchback. At least that's what I interpret what they said about that. And then the last of the scare zones is called Toxic Tunnel, but it's a toxic spelled with two X's. Toxxic tunnel. I'm guessing that's in the tunnel. I mean, that makes sense. And it would seem to be another one of these post-apocalyptic, radiation leak, nuclear waste gets out, everyone mutates, horrible, disfigured, nasty, mutant cannibalism kind of shit. Scare zones, we've had more than a few of those, but I guess this is the latest version of that. And so that's the scare zones as they were on the website. And there was one other thing on the website, of course, and that was about a show. And, gee, what show would they have this year at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood? Oh, that one. Again, yeah. I've never actually seen it, of course, but it's the Jabberwockies dance troupe come back for yet another version of the Jabberwockies thing with their funny white masks. And that will be the shows, and that was the full reveal, almost, because there's still 4 haunted houses that were yet to be revealed. And that's what you'll find on the website now, except I couldn't find the scare zones when I was just looking, but they did announce them yesterday officially. So that's what they've announced. But it was really more of a full reveal after all. And I found this out when I was looking on Twitter, and someone was talking about a haunted maze that hadn't actually been announced yet. And I said, huh? And they said, oh, you didn't hear about that. See, when the thing first came up, while I was out shopping, when it first came up, there was this little place on the thing that was marked private, and it had images for the other 4 haunted mazes. It marked private, and it was not meant to be seen by the public, and yet it was there on the damn site for everyone to see when it went live yesterday morning or afternoon, whenever it was. And it was there for a bit before they caught it and took it down. Now, they took it down and they don't want you to see it, but I might as well show you because bloody hell, it got screen capped and screen capped, and the images are now shown all over the internet anyway. It's being passed all around and everybody already knows about it, so it's not exactly like putting the cat back in the bag after the cat has, scampered across the house and has torn up all the furniture. There's nothing you can do now. The furniture's wrecked. He's already peed on the carpet. You can't get him back in the bag. Sorry. So here we are. We've got these mysterious images of the 4 haunted houses for you. Here they are. Now, look at them a bit more closely. You can see it says private poltergeist. Of course, we already knew that was coming. It'd been leaked for Orlando because of the Hilton thing. But also, there was the fact that we've all seen the facade being built. Pictures, and if you're in California, you can actually see the facade being built as you go by in the tram. And it looks just like the house from the movie. Interesting artwork. It's got Carol Ann already inside the telly, rather than like on my shirt, where she's outside the telly going, "They're here." And this one shows it from the other side of the screen, like she'd been sucked in after she's sucked in. And the next picture, it says, of course, Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers. So they're doing a maze just like in Orlando, part 4, Return of Michael Myers. Also, we only know that's not been announced either for Orlando, but again, Hilton, the Hilton leak that happened the other day. So now it's been leaked on both coasts. My goodness. It's leakier than Donald Trump's Russian hotel room. Oh, I went there, yes. All right. Then the next one is Horrors of Blumhouse Chapter 2. Horrors of Blumhouse Chapter 2. It's hard to make it out, but they're doing a second Blumhouse of Horrors maze. I've heard rumors about a second Blumhouse of Horrors house in Orlando, but there's not been leaked yet, although that's been talked about quite a bit, and people are even talking about what movies are in it. According to the latest leaked lists that are circulating on the internet, people are claiming the one in Orlando will feature Happy Death Day and The First Purge. Now, Happy Death Day was in the Blumhouse in Hollywood last year, and The First Purge is an entirely separate maze. So what's in the Blumhouse in Hollywood? Well, according to this picture, if you look, that's a poster for Truth or Dare. And the other one, it's hard to see, it's all dark, but I'm fairly certain, looking at it carefully, that's a poster for the recent horror film Unfriended Dark Web. Now, is it just those 2 movies or something else? I don't know. But that's currently what's in the Horrors of Blumhouse Chapter 2. And then finally, a maze people had figured out was coming because of the Gothic castle with the lightning thing on to catch the lightning up on top of it. Looks just like out of the movie Frankenstein. People were saying they're doing a Universal Classic Monsters maze, or maybe it's just a Frankenstein maze, but it's revealed here, Universal Monsters, and it looks like at the very least it's going to have Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. It might have a few other of the chaps, the various monsters as well, but we at least have those 3. The big 3 will be featured, and possibly some others. So that was not supposed to be seen yesterday, and I'm a little not even showing it to you, except I might as well, because you can see it anyway, because it's all over the damn internet. So it's everywhere, it's all over Facebook, it's all over the Horror Night forums, and all of the different forums for Hollywood and Orlando, all over the place. So everyone's already seen it. So, like I said, you can do all the damage control you want, but once the picture's been on the internet, everyone's seen it and you can't unsee it. So, basically then, they didn't mean to, but it was actually a full reveal for the event as far as we know. Of course, some are saying, but wait, maybe at the last minute one of those will have to be changed, the way Scream was changed to Purge and Orlando in 2015. I don't quite think that's going to happen here, at least I hope it doesn't. It'd be kind of hard to turn Poltergeist into, I don't know, Ricky and Morty or whatever. Oh, if they could get the rights to that, that might be a good mace. But I don't think he wants to do something like that. At any rate, that is then, at 20 minutes, what came up yesterday at about Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood. A big reveal. And I'm going to do another one in just a minute about a reveal today for Orlando. So be right back with you.